Good afternoon. Welcome back to another video of building your online presence clearly. I said it differently, but building a clear online presence. Another video. We're back. It is 1 p.m. And if you have been following me, you know what time it is. It is time to give you another tip on how you can clearly build your online presence. My name is Ebony Rose. I'm a social media consultant and strategist, and I am here to just help you with practical, relatable tips on how you can show up and be more clear and get your audience to understand what it is you're trying to say on social media, right? So happy Friday. Before I get started, please hit the like button. Make sure you share this with someone who needs help building their online presence. They feel like they may be a little unclear. They feel like they may be all over the place. The very first video in this whole segment was why sometimes your content may feel scattered, right? So send this to somebody that may need this. Leave me some feedback in the comments. I would greatly appreciate it. I went live all last month also, and the topic for last month was showing up for your business, right? And I did the full month. I went live every day at 1 p.m. And this month I decided to do the same thing, but talk about building a clear online presence. Okay, so let's talk about it. Okay, yesterday we talked about posting everywhere and, not having a clear idea of which platform to be on and all those things, right? Today, our topic is when social media starts to feel like noise, right? And it can get like that very, very easily, right? There's a lot of things circulating on social media. There's a lot of things that pull us from our attention. There's a lot of things that we see as business owners that gives us ideas of what we need to be doing for our brands. So there's always something out there that's like, oh, you should do this. Oh, you should take this class. Oh, you should do this course. Or here's this strategy for you, right? Like that can start to feel noisy, right? So constant posting and constant scrolling, like you find yourself just sitting there and you just scroll on your phone or your device or you're on your computer and all this information's getting downloaded into your brain, right? I like to take breaks from being on social media. It's crazy to say because that like this is my job, this is what I do, this is what I help my clients with, right? But there has to be some type of separation from your online business, your social media presence, and like your personal life. Like you have to separate that because it could just start to feel like noise and it makes it overwhelming to even want to post on social media, right? Messages will start to blend together online. It'll feel like you're saying the same thing. And it's just a lot of information to take in as a business owner, and not even just a business owner, just someone who's on social media frequently. You're ingesting a lot of information. And if you allow certain things to get to you, it's just going to feel like too much in your brain, right? And there's times where everyone is speaking, but no one's listening, right? And it's like everybody's just posting. You either see like people posting the same thing, and it's like you have to choose, okay, well, which one do I go with? Because it's like they all look the same, right? You don't want that. You want your brand to stand out. You want your brand to be noticeable. You want people to, you want to draw them in. You want to hook them in with your content, right? Because we have to stand out in this day and age with social media because there's so much that's circulating on social media. And social media in particular, like when you are when you're searching for strategies, ways to grow, anything related to social media and your visibility for your brand, there's so much out there. Okay, literally, there's so much information out there, and it will cloud your brain and just make you feel so overwhelmed to the point where you're just like, I don't even want to be on social media. Never mind. I don't want to do this because everybody is speaking the same message, and it's hard to choose who to listen to, who to follow. So when you are in any genre, any niche, you have to stand out, okay? Because you don't want to be part of the noise. You don't want your content to be part of the noise. You want to stand out. You want to say something different. You want to come across as someone who has thought about what they're trying to say, and you're putting it out with intention and you're putting it out with purpose, right? Simplicity cuts through noise. You don't have to do the most. You don't have to do extra stuff. And I talked about this, I think it was last month, where I talked about if you're doing too much, right? Simplicity cuts through noise. Clarity helps you stand out without being louder. You don't have to, do everything that everyone else is doing, right? Because that will be part of the noise. You don't want to be a part of the noise. You want to be part you want to be on the part of peace. You want to be on the other side of the noise, right? So make sure that you are being aware of what you're seeing on social media so that you can know what not to do, right? And I'm not saying that, posting consistently and all of that is wrong, but there's a lot, and I'm speaking just for my niche, social media or consultant world. There are a lot of social media strategists out there, a lot. And I pick and choose who I want to get advice from. I pick and choose who I want to get ideas from, right? Because it's so saturated, right? I don't want to put myself in a position where I am causing the imposter syndrome, or I'm causing myself to doubt my ability of what I know I can do, right? So that is where you can cancel out the noise. Okay, if you want to follow people that are doing what you're doing, that is totally fine, right? I would say pick 2 or 3 people to follow, especially if your genre is so saturated. You don't want to overwhelm your brain, because then you're not going to know where to start, what to do. You're going to get stuck. You're going to get paralyzed. You're going to be overwhelmed. The imposter syndrome is going to kick in, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I don't even know why I did that. Now I don't even want to start, building my brand or doing whatever, right? So pick 2 or 3 influencers, business owners that are doing the same thing that you're doing, and get ideas from them. Don't copy them, but be influenced by them to do something in the realm like what they're doing, right? Because you want to be able to see, well, how are others doing it? And that's okay, right? But to allow the social media world to get in so much that you're just so overwhelmed, that's noise. It's starting to feel like noise. You need to take a step back. You need to reevaluate. You need to say, okay, what is it that I'm looking for? And look for specifically that, and pick 2 or 3 and just stick with that, because we want to be doing things smarter and not harder. We want to be successful. We don't want to set ourselves up to fail. So we have to be wise in this season. We have to use discernment for my believers out there. And we have to know when it's okay to step back and when it's okay to ask for help. Like if something feels too noisy for you, and you don't know what to do, that's where you reach out to a social media consultant like myself. A lot of people try to do these things on their own, and they get so overwhelmed and frustrated that it stops them from moving forward with planning anything for their business, right? I hear it all the time with my clients, like, oh my gosh, I tried to do this on my own. I went through these steps. I got so overwhelmed and I just stopped. Then years went by and they never touched it again. They never picked up anything concerning their brand because it was just too noisy for them, right? So don't allow yourself to get to that place where everything starts to feel noisy. Before that happens, reach out for help, or if you're someone that feels like you can do this, stop, pause, course correct, and revisit, because that's okay to do. Like you don't have to do all the things. You don't have to have your hands in everything for your business. You don't have to be perfect coming out of the gate. You don't have to look like another brand. You don't have to sound like another brand. You need to sound like yourself. You need to bring your expertise and your vision and your value to your brand so that people can see that, and be confident in knowing that you have what it takes to be on social media. You have what it takes to reach to people that need your help. There are people out there that need what you have and need what you're offering. So we need to keep that in our minds when we are doing our research on other brands, when we are starting to build our visibility, when we are starting to research social media consultants. We need to keep that in mind, because that all matters. When we are on social media and we're doing our research, things can begin to feel really, really noisy. Okay, so make sure you think about that when you go through your journey of building your brand. That is all I have for today. That's all the time I have. I will see you tomorrow. Saturday, it's the weekend. here it's raining and it's gloomy. It's a perfect time for me to just dig deep and see what strategies I want to revamp in my own business. But feel free to visit my website and let me know how I can help you. Okay, I am looking for new clients to take on strategy sessions with so that we could just talk through your strategy. If you're not ready to join a 3-month program or you're not ready for your website yet, I do strategy sessions as well. Okay, I have 2 strategy sessions. One is 45 minutes and one is 90 minutes. Okay, so go to my website, go to the Work With Me tab, and let's get started. Let's get you out of the funk. Let's get you out of that cycle. Let's get you out of the noise that is social media, and let's get you going so that you can feel more confident and feel more at peace with building your brand. That's all I have. Please make sure you like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you tomorrow.